टाइम मैनेजमेंट पूरी जिंदगी है, तो इसके ऊपर क्या आपकी कहते हैं?
You're so right. जब हमारा टाइम मैनेजमेंट कहीं फॉल्टर करता है तो बेसिकली हमारी पूरी लाइफ की जो जितना भी सिस्टम होता है वो भी फॉल्टर करता है. अभी जब स्टूडेंट्स यंग होते हैं और एक एज होती है उनकी, दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट टू दैट एक्सटेंट हाउ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी विद देम. फॉल्टरिंग द टाइम विल बी विद देम फॉर लाइफ. सो अगर इसको अभी से आप सेट करते हैं और अब अगर आप अपने एकेडमिक गोल्स को अचीव करते हैं टाइम मैनेजमेंट के साथ, तो you will be achieving all your goals in your future as well. So this is something which is not like हम लोग इसको समझते हैं कि that is we can do it, it is a common sense, but actually common sense is then again not so common. So it looks very very simple. It looks like अच्छा, we know that, we also know that, but are you actually implementing that? So knowing is not everything, implementing is also very important. So I think मेरा टेक इस पर ये है.
ओके, अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा स्टेप वाइज लेके जाएं, क्या ऐसे स्टेप्स हैं जो जरूरी हैं स्टूडेंट्स अपने टाइम को अच्छी तरह यूज करें? तो क्या गाइडलाइंस हैं, क्या अगर बुलेट पॉइंट्स में अगर बता?
जी, एक्चुअली जी, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल दे हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट देयर वैल्यूज आर. ठीक है, पहले तो आप देखें कि व्हाट योर वैल्यूज आर, देन यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट योर गोल्स आर, देन यू नीड टू प्रायोरिटाइज योर गोल्स. ठीक है, स्केड्यूल योर टाइम, एंड देन यू हैव टू इवैल्यूएट एंड रीअलाइन. ये ही वो सब स्टेप्स हैं जो आपने करने हैं. दिस इज एक्चुअली द थिंग, but this is actually the thing we are not doing. We may be faltering in step second, step third. We are not understanding what our values are, actually what we need to do, where we want to be. I have a little presentation on that. Okay, Chi, this is basically, there will be some times management strategies which I will be sharing with you. So we have talked about what is time management. Basically, when you are using your time productively and efficiently and effectively, you are basically managing your time well. I'm not going to waste your time much. There are some dimensions. You have to set goals. This is the answer of the question you just asked. This is the answer of that question. What are the different dimensions? What we need to do? So we have to, we have to understand what are our values. And then we have to set our goals. We have to prioritize work. Why we want to set goals, I will explain in a minute or two. However, we have to prioritize what we want. Students, unfortunately, prioritize their social media time just too much. So we are going to talk about that. We have to define time limits, organize our resources. That is also important. Or when we are planning, we forget to understand what type of resources we also need to make sure that we have the time, and we have the time limit, and in that time limit we can do our work. Say for example, if you're sitting and you want to do an assignment, you're forgetting about the electricity, you're forgetting about the timings of electricity. Just as an example, I'm telling you, you forget about the computer time, maybe you are sharing that. So you have this time frame in your mind in which you forget to organize your resources as well. So this is something students are missing in their whatever time management plan. So delegate work. If you have some time of activities which are not on a high priority list to you, you can also delegate to someone else. Little requests which are done by other people's for you, you can delegate that, give that to someone else, outsource it. So, and reduce redundancies and avoid stress. Basically, what time management is giving you is lets you be calm and less stress-free. So you really you get all the benefits from setting goals and to your realigning your whatever your activities are. So why actually time management is important? We have to increase productivity. Students may ask, okay, I'm giving my time to this webinar. What will I get? You will get that the best thing right now you're going to get is to understand that time management is going to reduce the stress in your life, the anxiety you are feeling right now. I think right now, just think of it. Maybe you are thinking, okay, I'm sitting here and I have to do a certain thing, a certain task. What is actually happening that you even are not aware? Unconsciously, it is adding to your stress level. It is heightening your stress level. So give yourself a check. It improves your self-esteem. How time management is going to improve your self-esteem? It does. It gives you a balance in your life, a routine, a calmness. So it adds to your personality. Why don't you think about those teachers of yours, or maybe the colleagues, good at time management? They're always in a balance. They have a nice posture. They are in a good mood. So it really gives you balance in life as well. Otherwise, we all know, you can see that there are some time management tips. I don't think so any one of you have no idea about them. You know that you have to create a proper to-do list, track your time, focus on things, identify the wasters, and cut ties with the distractions. But do we do that? No, we are too nice and we don't want to say no, which is a time waster for yourself. So I'm going to tell you later. Increase self-confidence, improve self-image. Self-image is a very big part of your confidence, how you see yourself, not other people. Forget about other people, how you see yourself right now at this moment. Just analyze yourself. If you are the kind of a person who is always late, then I think that one part of your personality is daunted because of this only one thing. Maybe it's your class, maybe it's in an occasion, wherever, right? So there are some myths that time management is nothing but common sense. If I'm doing good in my class, I'm a good student, this means I must be managing my time. But are you in a balance in your life? Are you managing your time properly for your family, for your friends, and for your studies? Are you sure? Now it is the time to evaluate yourself today. Evaluate yourself right now. Evaluate yourself. Are you managing? If you're a good student, you are managing your grades well. But this is that what we give too many points to only one task, and we think we are managing our time. So this is no good. As a professional, we all handle meetings and contingencies and all that, and we are late. But again, the next day, are we doing the same thing, same pattern? Yes, we are doing the same pattern, because we all have time, and some people do tackle that time because we are using some strategies. So we will be talking about those strategies. So some people say, okay, time management, I don't need time management. I work better under time pressure, right? Pressure. So that is also wrong. You actually, there is no other choice. So you have adopted to work like that. And at the end, your work, okay, you can do your work. You have the outcome. But what about your health? You are suffering. Your health is suffering. That is very important to understand today, because later I have seen many students suffering from ulcers and all those things like that. And you are not aware that how your mental stress is affecting your physical health. So this much important is your time management. Okay, and then another waster, that social media. I'm going to just look at the social media, and in a minute or so it will be all right. But that's not the end. After 1 hour, you wake up and you are like, okay, I have so little time. Okay, I'll do it. You tell yourself because you don't want to hurt your own ego, but that is a disaster as well. So if I've already told you that what are the basic things you can do to manage your time is set goals, get reasonable expectations, right? No one's is perfect. We want to do an assignment until it is perfect. Just do your assignment effectively. First, you have to be effective. Do your work. You can do all the makeup and cosmetic changes later on. You can do that later on. So make a schedule. Okay, tell me, do you reach your class or office on time? You assess yourself. You have a whole month. Assess yourself. Sometimes you are 2 minutes late. Sometimes you are 5 minutes late. Actually, what you are doing is that you are thinking, okay, I'm managing my time. No, you're not managing your contingency. That 15 minutes should be a contingency time. Whenever students are applying somewhere, or maybe my colleagues are applying somewhere, we have to reach somewhere. When we get professional, we know that we have to be there 15 minutes before the event. Why? Because you need time to feel a balance in yourself as well. When you are somewhere on time, that is not an achievement. You should be there before time. So you can make sure that you are okay. You know the place, you know your surroundings. This is very important, right? So if you are doing well, good. If you're not doing well, revise your plan. Now, whatever I'm saying, you know that, don't you? But are you thinking about it in a very, very practical way? Do you reach somewhere 15 minutes before? Through your interviews, maybe. It is a strategy to be good at your interview. If you are reaching there before time, give yourself some time. Try it next time. This is something very practical. This is something practical we have learned with time. We have checked it. Be somewhere 15 minutes before and see how confident you are. And look out for the people who are, running towards that space in a hurry. They are not, very confident in their interview because they know they have faltered somewhere. So try this in your classes. Be on time. Just give your 15 minutes, contingency time before everything. Just move your mental clock 15 minutes earlier and see what nice things are going to happen. Some people think, especially students, we are on time always. Why? Because the bus is coming and getting you. Do it yourself. Think, today if I have to go by myself, what will I do? And then you will realize, okay, I have a plan. No, you don't have a plan. So you really need to see that. So revisiting your values. What is now, if you are doing anything in life, it all depends on your values or how much importance you give to the task you are doing. That is important. So first check out what, as per your criteria, what is the value. Let's do a little exercise right now. Okay. Think right now, think in your mind 5 things most important to you. It can be your college work, school work, whatever, university work, or your own professional work, or something you need to be doing in your life, personal life, academic life, career. Just list it 5 things in your mind. The first thing, keep that, cut the all other things. You need to be doing that one thing right now. This is how we prioritize our values. Everything is important. Having a cup of tea with your friend is important. That is personal life. But you cannot mix it or give priority to the urgent tasks, right? So you need to understand 5 things. All 5 things are very important to you. But the first thing you will be doing first. And you are ignoring that first thing because of maybe you think it's such a huge task or whatever it is. Just kill that first one thing and you will be having a very easy task. And that is as per your value. You will have a peace of mind and calm after that. Maybe it's just a next class assignment. Maybe it's just a report you have to write. But this is the thing. There's no other way around it. So, okay, where to start? Okay, today I've just woke up and I want to say today I want to start my new life where I will be managing my time well. So if it's day 1, what will you do? You have to come up with the goals which are specific, doable. We all know SMART goals and all that, but these are the 2 specific and concrete work. You need to do that. Why? Because you don't want to go around here and there and then you are, into so many other things. Long-term and short-term goals. Please have long-term and short-term goals. Think about your year and what is your deadline, what's the time you have for a certain goal, and then decide, right? And integrate your goals of your personal life, your academic life, and career. Check out what is most important to you, why, what will be the outcome. That is going to motivate you to be more managing your time. Okay, just thinking, okay, say for example, some people will tell me, or some students are going to tell me, when I'm on social media, that is also important for my life. It is for us too. It is for everyone. But you need to understand, is this activity urgent to me? Is this important to me other than the assignment? Who is going to contribute in what way to my life? You have to think that is going to motivate. Okay, so we are coming towards the priorities, right? What are the priorities? What is important and what isn't? In what order we need to do things and be done. If you are professional, just think what you want to achieve in a year. If you are professional, for example, uh, it will be after a few days, it will be like new year. So we will having a lot of new year resolutions. So how many have you achieved actually this year? Think about it. So you need to plan a year, a quarter, a month, even days, and even when you are managing yourself in a professional way, you really need to see where your hours are going on a working place, on your working place. And if you are a student, once you know that what your priorities are, you need to plan a schedule. It can be on a daily, it can also be on a semester wise, weekly, because you need to understand what is your deadline for a certain project. So you really need to see. So if you're a student, how will your semester will go by, and how you can have a semester calendar, and you can book. These are some practical strategies for you. You can want to take a screenshot or whatsoever. So block all important set time obligations. What are the important setting time obligations? Because in academic, you need to understand when your quiz is, because if you don't know the right quiz date, so block that time, block that study time for you, block all the classes and lab times. Because when you're looking at your calendar, when we are looking at your Google Calendar, maybe you're using that, we don't block time, we give that time to ourselves unconsciously. It looks like we have all day. You don't have in actuality all day, you have just a few hours. So or very wisely do that. So divide the schedule, note all the time and deadlines for the activities. That is very important. We forget that. We mark our work. We don't mark until when, what time it should be done. We don't think about in that deadlines. Okay, we forget about it. Exams highlight what are the project due dates, quizzes, midterms. We just, okay, this is the midterm, this is the date, and done. What is the deadline? You have to be preparing before that, not the last moment, 2-3 days. Most of the students think 2-3 days are enough for us. That is nothing. That is like you're just getting by life in a very mediocre way. You can achieve so much through your time management. There's always a time if you are dividing your time for your friends, family. So one tip for professionals is which I use sometimes myself is, and it's very practical one, is that we have a lunch hour. So you also have a lunch hour. So I try to take my lunch 15 minutes or 20 minutes if possible before my lunch hour. So I delegate my extra 30-40 minutes every day to task which I want to do, maybe the pile up tasks. So I'm able to cover everything. And at that time, there are no colleagues. I sit back, I have my me time with me, and I'm okay. I enjoy my time. Yes, you can do that twice a week. You can do thrice a week. If you want to socialize, there's always a time for socializing afterwards. Or maybe if you want to socialize with the lunch time, or you can do that. So you need to be practical about it. And that is not rude. That is not antisocial behavior. That is your time, your me time, your development, self-development time, which you are allocating to yourself. If you are in a crowded place, please find a secret hideout, a place where you know that there will not be many people, and it's not rude. It's not rude, because what we think because our culture that being together every time is okay in a university or in a career path, but it's not. You are also an individual. Don't forget that you are also an individual. But you also need your time for your sanity also. So when you're organizing, please don't set unrealistic goals, which you cannot come up. I'm going to finish 2 chapters today, or I'm going to finish this whole report today, because at the end, you will not be able to do that. That is, nobody's perfect. And if you are allocating a wrong timeline to work or activity which is not there, you will be sparing time to a lot of activities which will not come out as very productive, and you will fail yourself in the process. So spare time for the review, because when you are working on a project or you don't give your review time. We forget that. It's a little tip from me that also allocate time for the review, which we don't. You're writing an assignment, 1 hour is the time. You don't ever give it a review time. You don't review it. Okay, 2-3 minutes are enough. No. So it's up to you. How can you manage it? But always After all activities, give a review time. Okay, so and also manage your study into manageable chunks. Don't study, just give 4 hours study time. It is not even productive as per research also. Okay, so you really need to understand this is how you manage. We all know this is the yearly calendar, but I'm just putting it here to so that you to tomorrow you should think about you like this one. Maybe you can come up something like this, and maybe for on a daily basis or weekly basis you can use something like this. Okay, now this is a basically a way with which you can actually understand what work is important and what work is not important. We have 4 dimensions here. You can copy it or take a screenshot from there, that something is urgent and important. Do now. Put all your activities as per the value, as per you value them over there. And then there is something which is important, but it's not urgent. You can plan to do, but write down tomorrow, write down your things in these dimensions, and you will be surprised at how easily now you can manage your time. So some are urgent but not important. Like somebody's coming to you in offices or in that I want a certain thing, I want a certain book, I want a certain notes. It's not important as per your value. It can be done, or maybe you can tell them to, okay, maybe the other person can do that because you have a time to manage. Somebody's coming with a cup of coffee with you and saying, okay, let's have a cup of coffee. You are working on an assignment. That is really not rude to tell someone that, okay, I'm working on an assignment that is important to me. If they will be nice people, if they will be your well-wishers, they will understand. And if they will be a time wasters, because people are time wasters, some friends will be time wasters. You might think, okay, maybe I'm telling you to be rude, but it's not antisocial. It is actually managing your time, right? And it is because of a cultural thing that we don't say no. No is very important in life. So comfort activities like surfing, gossiping, daydreaming, doodling, that you can really adjust because that is not urgent, not important. However, they are there and you cannot negate. Don't try to stop what you like, because that is a part of your personality. However, please allocate time for that. Don't stop. If you like texting, social communication on social media, Netflix, why would you stop that? That is a part of your life, your personality. It is a part of your personality. This is how you are developing yourself. So you can always get back to me. I'll just end my thing with the procrastination cycle, which is that I don't do anything. This is a cycle which we have when we were telling ourselves, okay, I had so much time and I didn't do anything. So what happens that you feel like that you are not enough, you are helpless, and then you are thinking, okay, I'm the culprit. I'm not the victim, but you're not the victim. You are doing that. So there is always a yes and no thing. There are some productivity tools which you can use. If you really want to use, you can use some productivity tools from this net, which help you to stop or block the social media websites for you for a certain time. Use that. So at this note, I'm going to end today's presentation and hope it was helpful. If you want to know more, you can always contact me. Thank you very much.